we got to get into the Halo topic. And this one is a good one. Now, of course, we got to give credit where credit is due, as we always do here at Double Barrel Gaming. The report came the way of Insider Gaming. That is Tom Henderson's website. It was written by Sam Spiol. It was posted today. Headline reads, Halo expected to announce a new game this year, it's claimed. Now, I want to read directly from the article. I'm going to read verbatim, folks, so please bear with me as I do so. It says here, spotted by Game Ranks. Industry insider Rebs Gaming. Now, Rebs Gaming is a Halo fan. He's on Twitter. You should follow him if you want new and updated Halo news. Consistently puts posts out almost every day. Industry insider Rebs Gaming recently spoke about the imminent announcement of an upcoming Halo game. His tweet revealed that the studio has been playtesting future games on and for the franchise, quote unquote, on a weekly basis. Rebs Gaming added, since they are this far in development, I expect at least one new Halo game announcement this year. Now, that announcement is not going to come next Thursday. A Halo announcement, because of the size of the IP that we're talking about, is going to be at the June showcase, which makes a lot of sense. Now, that's just my thought, my theory. I don't have that on any confirmed, opinions. Now, the article goes on to say, C-Money, the details about this unannounced Halo game come from a YouTube video Rebs Gaming posted earlier this week in which he discussed the new Halo Studios playtest lab. This is a new initiative where when it was revealed through a LinkedIn post about a centralized testing space, end quote, that can host staff from different departments so they can play test games together, share ideas, and build better relationships. In closing, he goes on to say, the article goes on to say, Rebs Gaming also mentioned another hint about the unannounced Halo game in the same post. The support, safety, and playtest manager, Susan Bunch, stated that the teams have hosted a playtest session for the artists and designers to come in and play similar maps in production. Based on this, the insider speculates that we might receive a reveal pretty soon if the maps for the upcoming Halo title are already in production, end quote. This is goosebump inducing because I'm telling you, as much as I love Halo Infinite, and I have hundreds of hours. I make no apologies for how many days I have played that game, but I will say this. I am starving, C-Money, for a new single-player, story-driven Halo title. Now, of course, does it matter if it's Chief? Personally, I would like it to be Chief. I know some people are tired of him. Good on you if you don't want him to come back. I hear you. But I'm going to push back on it. Let's get your thoughts on the fact that this June could reveal a new Halo announcement. I'm excited because, again, I don't know if you've heard it, but I have heard that this June showcase is somehow going to be even bigger than last June's. And as it stands right now, community and C, last June showcase, in my personal opinion, was probably the greatest gaming showcase ever released. And if you don't think so, you should probably go back and watch it again. It is better than anything PlayStation has ever done. It's better than anything Nintendo has ever done. And it's better than any third-party publisher has ever done. They dropped bomb after bomb after bomb. And again, there's some suggestions out there that this June event that's happening could reveal both pieces of hardware. And now we're hearing a possible new Halo. Bro, let's talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, this is just our new life with Xbox. You know what I'm saying? This is just the way we are, where it's just banger after banger. You know, month after month. We just have more and more coming to us, and it's a beautiful thing. Listen, Halo, as you can see, I mean, I have a ton of Halo stuff here. I like this is not even this is just like a couple of things. I have Halo all over the place. Halo Master Chief, Halo, my favorite franchise of all time. Halo Infinite, definitely my favorite game of the generation. I think it was my favorite Halo game. Um, it's just phenomenal. So, like for me, I'm a little like I'm excited, but I'm afraid. You know what I'm saying? Because I love Halo and it's supposed to be like a reboot or a remake, right? And it's like if it's a remake where they're just beautifying it and bringing it up to today's standards, taking it even further, really, you know, pushing what it can look like and how it can feel. Maybe take some of the advancements in movement that we've had and kind of bring it in and do different things like that. Like I'm cool with that. If you want to add more context to the story, obviously in Halo 1, they didn't necessarily know what they were going to be doing in Halo 4 or Halo 5 or Infinite, right? So, you can allude to bad guys, you could add different things to the story. I my only concern, bro, is if they're doing like a reboot where they're trying to come out here and change the story. Um, that I think would break my heart.
I don't
Um,
think they're going to, and I think it
I
would be a
hope.
huge mistake to do so. Look, again, these are all rumors, folks. I'm not breaking any NDAs or any news here. There is a rumor that the one of the Halo projects is Halo Combat Evolved redone in Unreal Engine 5. Is that true? I have no idea. I think
I
that
mean, they
it is
showed it
pretty.
to us, but they
Yeah, I
didn't
mean they
name
did
it.
they did show the thick armor Master Chief that a lot of people didn't like, but folks, that's what the armor looked like. It's the old armor.
Yep.
I think it's fitting personally, and my reasoning is next year we are celebrating the 25th anniversary of the Xbox platform as well as Combat Evolved.
Halo. Yep.
So it kind of makes sense on the launching of a new console or consoles, because one is going to be a handheld, that you would remake what started Xbox 25 years ago. You remake it in Unreal Engine 5 and you put it out there as a launch title to celebrate the 25th anniversary of both the platform and the iconic Master Chief. That makes sense. But I'm not sure if this article is referring to that specifically. I think that this is something different. See, Money, let's get right back to it. The article, again, I'll put it to this way. Rebs Gaming is a Halo guy. That's his business. That's what he does on YouTube. That's what he does on the socials. Uh, it could have been anyone else, and I'd have been like, I don't know. It's Rebs Gaming. I believe what he's talking about. He knows his stuff. He has a lot of connections to 343 or now Halo Studios. And he just did a YouTube video regarding it. Any additional context or thoughts regarding what they're going to do with Halo? Because again, we have heard
Agreed.
that they are doing multiple projects. And if you remember, like I said earlier, one of those projects could be being made by a Call of Duty studio, which is possible.
So, first off, screw you guys with this olives and mustard crap. Okay, you took advantage of me because I was on the phone and I couldn't speak. All right, but how dare you? All right. And then yes, as far as Halo is concerned, first of all, like we know that this is what they like to do. I believe it was somebody in the Xbox camp. It might have been Coalition. It might have been somebody who said that they like to man, I don't remember who it was, but it was like they do a remake first, right? Or something easy first to get used to the engine so that they can be using it in the new game that they want to make, right? So the fact that they're making remaking Halo makes sense, right? Because they clearly are working on the next Halo, right? They're not going to, wait and see what happens. They're going to do that. I saw someone, I believe on Twitter, somewhere, I don't know, but somebody suggested this idea, and I can actually see this, and I think honestly, I think it will be like freaking genius if they were to do it, which is if Halo Studios would copy the Capcom model and give us a remake of the first one, then drop 7, right? Come back, give us a remake of the second one, drop 8 or whatever, or drop a
Yeah,
different game. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of do like this back and forth, kind of what Capcom did, right? Filled in all the back while also giving us future, right? So you didn't feel one way or the other. You had both versions of it, which I think would be dope. You know, I would love that. But as far as like other versions, I mean, if there's a Call of Duty studio working on it, if anybody else is working on it, I would love for different genres to be, done with Halo. And one of them is horror. I think we should get into like a horror shooter, right? I mean, we've all kind of talked about it. We would love for them to kind of get back to that scary situation, but like maybe won't be the chief. Give us somebody, who maybe one of those soldiers who were there, help us relive that moment, take us through what happened there. Like whatever it is, like give us those experiences, give us the side experiences, put us into weaker people, but still in that world, right?
yeah.
I mean, I would love that, right? So I'm hopeful that there's a ton of Halo going on.
I
I
think
hope that
the IP is
they
too
do
big
that.
to kind of just
Yeah, man.
pigeonhole it to just one release every 5 to 7 years. There's so much lore.
Exactly.
There's so many stories. Again, I know that they're moving away from Infinite, which is a shame, right? Because there were so many stories that we were supposed to get that we learned that we weren't getting. But where do they go? That's the concern that you have. That I'm also there. Is it? We don't want. I don't want a reboot. I think that is an awful idea. You just do not abandon all of the 25 plus years of Halo to start new. I think that's a terrible mistake. That would be awful. I think that you can recover and shift from Infinite, but you have to make it make sense, right? You got to give us something after what
Yeah.
happens at the end of Halo Infinite to where you're going now. We got to figure they got to figure it out. And again, that they have a listen. This isn't going to be easy, and they put themselves here. Poor leadership for years at 343 Industries, which is no longer a thing anymore. And I'm happy that they shed that skin. Halo Studios. I mean, some people don't like the name. I think it's fine. We don't care about the name. We care about the
Why
games,
would
right?
we not like the name? What's the problem? It's fucking Halo. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
it's
saying? It's
Halo.
Halo.
Yeah, yeah. Some people are like, "Oh, it's
Let's make
too
it.
bland." You know what? It's Halo Studios. You know, it's a Halo studio. That's all I need to know. But I am
I
going to
mean,
say that
uh,
you are onto something that to have some concerns. I just am not at DEFCON 4 worrying about if they're going to put out a
oh,
good product.
I mean, I think they're gonna put. This is the thing. They're gonna put out a banger product like this. Like even when you think about what you say, right? Like that the mismanagement, right? Like Halo 5 was I loved Halo 5. I thought Halo 5 was phenomenal. I think the problem with Halo 5 was for all of us who played it right away was the marketing done leading up to Halo 5 gave us a loopy daisy. You know what I'm saying? Like they completely like what they showed us, what they essentially promised us or sold us in the marketing is not what they delivered. It's just the story wise, right? It's just it made us think there was going to be a whole different kind of crazy situation happening, like this massive like manhunt type deal and this crazy beef, and it boiled down to like 2 segments with them together, one broken like cracked visor, and then it was like, you know what, hug it out, let's move on. And it's like, all right, well, all that you just completely, threw it away, right? So if you go ahead and look at it the way you and I experienced it at that moment, because we played it right away. Yeah, we followed the marketing and it led us down a different road. But if you go back to it, I mean, I still, enjoy that game. I've played it with my kid. It's a great game. Graphically, it's amazing. The cutscenes, some of the best, looking graphics as far as cutscenes are concerned. Freaking phenomenal. The problem that Halo has right now, okay, the problem that they have is that we all love Chief, right? Chief is the dominant force, right? Um, And the people who say, "Oh, well, Halo 5 sucked because they switched between him and the other dude, I forget his name." But
A lock.
Yeah, lock. Halo 2, if you remember, also switched multiple times. You're playing half the game as somebody else. You weren't Master Chief, right? So the situation literally boils down to the marketing. Okay, that's what was the issue. The marketing took you into a different direction. But the problem that getting back to it, what Halo has right now is that Master Chief is the shit. We love Master Chief. He's freaking dope, right? But at the core of the Halo story is and always has been the relationship between him and Cortana.
Yep.
And they went too far, too fast with Cortana, cutting her out. And that's why we keep alluding to like this. They keep hinging on the past Cortana, right? They keep putting this idea of her, right? But it's not her. So we're spending so much time, still thinking about a Cortana that technically is not around anymore. And it's a like situation, right? They have to, it's that rampancy shit. Like they keep going on about it because you gotta go ahead and link back to what people love, which is that Chief and Cortana relationship, right? That's just literally what the basis of this shit is. So you have to go ahead and figure out, find a way to fix it, right? Just give us the fix. Say something came up and Chief now knows how to fix the problem. He could bring her back. Give us that mission. I don't give a shit if it doesn't make sense. Make it happen. Bring her back. And now she's cured from the rampancy. And you know what? They can go on any adventure together forever. You know what I'm saying? Just give us new adventures. She's his sidekick, and just keep it moving. This whole thing where we're constantly having to go back to the idea of Cortana, who we want her to be a part of it, right? Because this new Cortana is fine, but she ain't the old Cortana, right?
She ain't the OG. That's
she's not. So now I'm gonna listen. Big Man Mo's. Wait, was it him? Wait, let me make sure. Yes, Big Man Mo, you're the homie. I can't believe what I just saw. # Chief needs to retire. Chief will never retire. Okay, Chief is the man. He's not a Kratos who's an old man now. He's like, I'm out of this game. I'm done. He's not a Marcus Phoenix who's like, I'm old. I'm still doing it, but eventually I'm gonna die. No. Chief is a super soldier. Right?
I think that there is room to tell new Chief stories and operate in other avenues of Halo. And this goes right to C's point, his original point. There are multiple Halos in development. He wants a horror-based one, same as me. You've heard my story, my script already. It wouldn't even have to be. It could logistically be like Alien Isolation with Halo and the Flood. You could be a scientist that doesn't have any military background, and you simply have to get the F out of Dodge, and you have to evac, Zeta Halo. This could be a prequel story of how the Flood became what they are, right? That I could write the script. Anybody at Halo Studios wants a good script, hit me up. My LinkedIn stuff was just updated, so I'll come in for a script writing for you, or pay me and I'll write you a script, because I have it's in here. I have a great
ways.
Yeah, there's just a lot of things you could do.
Made, like, you could even literally have like a Spartan who looked like they were dead and the battle moved on, and he's not dead. He wakes up, you know what I'm saying, and then he's like trapped, and he does the beacon, but it takes too long to come, so he has to survive until get through this world until he can be rescued. Anything. There's so many different ways you can go. It's the Halo universe that is so amazing. Even though Chief and Cortana are the bloodline of it, right? Like the heart of it. There's so many other stories you can tell as extras, right? Nobody's gonna be mad if we got a mainline Halo game, and then the following year we get a Halo spinoff.
A lot of people are asking for ODST. like a game
Another
like that.
ODST. You could do
Yeah,
that. Absolutely.
sign me up, please. Yes, thank you.
Yeah. There's other Spartans that we know, right? We know other Spartans that are popular, right? Give us their stories, right? Get Noble Six. Yeah, dive in. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get into these other stories. Show us, man. Like, listen, as much as people didn't care for it, the Halo TV show, I loved it. One of the things I loved was the fact that you did see these other people, right? And their motivations and what they think and stuff like that. And you learn about how they have that thing in them, so they don't feel, they don't think. But then, oh snap, if one comes out, they start thinking, they start feeling. What does that mean? Give us a game in that world, right?
Yeah.
Like, give us a game where to the Spartan is not just business as usual, but it's personal, right? Somebody they're trying to save because they got unhinged from the system that kept them that way, right? There's so many ways, man. Halo is amazing, and I feel like it's so underutilized, and I don't
1000%
want
is. Yeah.
to do it. And
Again,
listen,
this is why
the games are
see
bigger
money
now.
Yeah, no, you're 1000% right, and I don't mean to interrupt, but I got to interject because I think that the frustration that you're showing is what true fans look like, and I'm right there with you. Again, as much hundreds of hours have I played Infinite multiplayer as a Halo stan, as someone that has played through every one of those games multiple times on the hardest difficulty, who considered up until Infinite Halo 3 being the GOAT of the Halo series, we want a single player story driven game. Now, does it have to be Chief? I would like it to be Chief personally.
I think the first one needs to be Chief that we've been waiting for.
Yeah, 100%.
Give us the first one, then do more.
But at the same time, I think, and again, this just goes back to leadership. It's Microsoft, your Xbox, your literal franchise dude in Master Chief. You got to be better. You got to do better, and you can tell other stories. Do not fall into the trap that we're seeing happen with Star Wars. Star Wars under the leadership of Kathleen Kennedy is terrible, right? And there are so many stories that they could tell, and they keep going back to the Luke Skywalker saga. We want to move on from that. Master Chief, as great as he is, and as many stories he has left to tell, I think there is room, C-Money, to have his stories be told, to play through his stories, new and old, but also incorporate the rest of the Halo universe. Who would not want to play a prequel to Sergeant Johnson? I would for a
yes.
Come on,
you
man.
Imagine
that guy is
his come up.
Hello.
And it doesn't have to be the same. It could be more of like a story-driven, game, right? Like it could just be more focused that way. You can do. I want a Mass Effect Halo. I want that 100%.
Yeah.
I want to have Chief in between those fights. Have them in there. Yes, go on missions, go things we have to do, but let us go back. Let us see what happens after you fit. Like every mission doesn't have to be a whole game of a mission. It could be a mission that he goes to, handles it, comes back, figures out what does that mean for where they live or for everything they have going on, right? Like, let us see all the in-betweens. Let us have the conversations. We know Chief gets down, right? Let's see how we can explore that. You know what I'm saying? Mass Effect, but Halo. Let's do it. I'm telling you.